Hey everybody, welcome back to Barter Hordes. My name is Robert and I'm here with a tag video this morning because it is Doris's birthday. If you don't know, Doris turns 50 today. She started celebrating her birthday about 10 days early because she's with family in Florida. But this is the Read Doris Tag, a tag created by Britta Bowler and Sean of Sean the Book Maniac. And there are 5 prompts, each with an initial from the name Doris. And so I wanted to wish Doris the happiest of birthdays. I have to shout out another decade baby. Doris and I both have birthdays on decades. So whenever the decade turns an even 10 number, we're both turning an even 10 number too. The first prompt is D is for Doris, a book written by and or about a Doris. And I just went to my shelves and I've really only read one book by a Doris that I can recall, and that's a Doris Lessing novel. But I have a Doris Kearns Goodwin book that's been on my shelves for a couple years that I've been meaning to read and have never done it. And it's Team of Rivals, The Political Genius of Abraham Lincoln. And this is a monster, which is maybe one of the reasons why I haven't read it yet. It's 900 some odd pages long. And it's basically a biography of Lincoln's political career from when he first went into the Senate to the time he became president and so on. Probably the most influential presidential administration in our country's history to date. And so Doris Kearns Goodwin is one of my favorite political and I guess you could call her a historian as well as a biographer. So maybe she's a historical biographer of historical figures, something like that. But I need to read that one. It's been on my shelves for a long time. And I know Doris loves history too, so this is another one that made me think of her. The second prompt is O is for Outside Your Comfort Zone, a book you've read or want to read that was, well, outside your comfort zone. And the one I chose is actually a book that is on the BookTube Prize list for this year. It's a memoir by Chanel Miller called Know My Name. And it's the memoir of her account of the sexual assault. She was known anonymously for a long time, but she wanted her story to be out there. And it's obviously an uncomfortable topic for everybody. Sexual assault is brutal and hideous, and we've been hearing a lot about it in the last couple of years because of all the celebrity cases. But Chanel Miller's case was a big case, but her face, her name, her story wasn't told. And so that's one that I'm planning to read that's outside my comfort zone, but I think it's an important book for all of us to read. The third prompt is R is for recommended, a book, topic, or theme Doris featured on her channel that intrigued you. Tell us all about it and the books you've read or want to read thanks to Doris. Doris has been doing themed readings for quite a while now, and one of her most recent ones was South African literature. And I started thinking that I have a book from last year from a South African writer that I have not read yet and that I've been meaning to read for a while, and that's Damien Barr's book, You Will Be Safe Here. It's the story of a refugee camp, as far as I understand, and all the things that are and are not safe. And it's gotten terrific reviews, and Doris's theme on South African lit made me think of that book and made me want to read that one. The fourth prompt is I is for indeed she's crazy about cats and bees and ... A book about cats or bees or any other animal, or notably featuring them in the story and or on the cover. And I think Doris has read this book. If not, we've talked about it at one point, and that is The Beekeeper of Aleppo by Christy Leftery. This is one that's also on my list to read in the next couple of months. I don't know that much about the story. I know it's a Middle Eastern story. I don't know if it's Iraq or Iran or another country. And it's probably not directly about bees, but it is about somebody who works with bees. And bees are featured on the cover. I first discovered Doris's fascination with bees when we were both reading, not as a buddy read, but we were both reading Far from the Madding Crowd about the same time. And I had the Penguin English Library edition, which has all those different art covers throughout the series. And the picture on that one for Far from the Madding Crowd is a bunch of bees. And I couldn't for the life of me remember bees being a big part of that story. And I wasn't sure why they were on the cover, but that's when I first realized that Doris was into bees. And the fifth one is S is for Skyrocket. A book you think Doris might like and that you want her to read. Let's get that Tower of Doom up into the stratosphere. If you watch Doris's channel, you know what I'm talking about with the Tower of Doom. It's this big stack of books up against one of her windows in her book room of books that she hasn't read yet. And it keeps setting new heights. I think she's actually had to go to Twin Towers of Doom by now. This is a book that I know Doris wants to read because we've already talked about it. It's a brand new book, and the minute I got my copy in the mail, I took a picture of it and sent it to Doris. And that is Erik Larson's newest book, The Splendid and the Vile, a saga of Churchill, family, and defiance during the Blitz. I have been an Erik Larson fan forever. I've read all of his books up to this one. And Doris has recently been reading all of his backlist along with Heidi. I think they've been doing some buddy reads. And so I know she's planning a buddy read of this one as well sometime in the next couple of months. In fact, she'll probably get to it before I do, but I'm dying to read this book. His last book, Dead Wake, is probably my favorite of all the ones he's written. And I have enjoyed all of his books, except for one I didn't really get along with. But all the rest of them I just thought were terrific. So I've been anxiously awaiting this one for about a year now. Okay, so there you have it, the Read Doris tag. Sean, in his message to me, asked me to tag other people, and since it's already Doris's birthday, my tag is going to be very open-ended. If you watch Doris's channel and you haven't already done this tag, or you don't already have plans to do this tag, do it anyway. It doesn't matter if it happens on her birthday. She started celebrating her birthday 10 days early anyway, so let's extend it another 10 days after her birthday with this tag. Doris, happy birthday. Enjoy your time in Florida. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.